Hello, I'm on the Mount Murchison walking track, heading up to the summit of Mount Murchison in Tasmania. It's a cloudy day, but there is some sun breaking through. This is pretty much the beginning of the trail. You can see the box down below where I put in my details, saying who I am, contact details, where I'm going, what's on my left, all of that. And here, I hope I've got it in focus and not too close. Mount Murchison general warnings: unprotected, very high cliffs and steep slopes beside the track. Weather can change quickly, exposed areas with no shelter from weather. Subject to strong winds, often subject to cloud, which severely limits visibility. Severe hazard area. Using this area exposes you to severe hazard risks. This means you are not protected from natural hazards such as cliffs or falling tree limbs. Where provided by the Park Service, structures are for environmental protection purposes only and must be used with extreme caution. This area is only suitable for experienced visitors, fully prepared to face and meet all challenges. You must be properly prepared to meet those hazards on their own terms. This is your responsibility. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so this is the track that starts it up. And I'm going to be going up that way, and I'll give you more later. Finally got to an area where I can look out and see a bit of a view. Still pretty obscured by some of these lower trees, but at least I can see some view. And as you can see, the trail got pretty narrow and overgrown, so I was kind of scraping bush on both sides, looking out for tiger snakes, not only on the ground but also in the trees or bushes, which they can do. Don't want to get surprised and get a snake bite on the torso or the face. I believe I'm coming out to where it's going to widen out and clear out a bit, and I'll be able to see some better views. That's all for now. How's this for a view? Not too shabby. The road looks much closer than what it is, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. And back on the trail. More of the beautiful view here, hiking up to the summit of Mount Murchison. Still got a ways to go. Yeah, absolutely stunning. Okay, up there somewhere in that low spot, I assume is where one of the lakes are that are on this mountain. And we're heading that way. How's this for a panoramic view? Not bad at all. I feel like a hobbit journeying through Middle Earth, carrying the One Ring. Heading towards Mount Doom to throw the ring into the lake of fire. But this Frodo has no Samwise. I'm all on my own. So there's nobody to carry me if I need it. As long as I don't run into any orcs or goblins or Smeagol. Okay, enough of that. There's one of the beautiful lakes that's up here. Absolutely beautiful. I reckon just up there in that low spot, that hollow spot, I reckon there's another one right there. You can see how the rain and snow coming down off of these rocks, being channeled into these low spots where there's a bit of a hollow, how it makes these natural lakes. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That's what I'm here for, to see scenery like this. Time for another panoramic view. Stopped at a nice clearing. It's gotten a lot windier up here. Quite a bit of cloud cover rolling in. The sun doesn't feel quite strong. Magnificent views no matter which way you look. As you can see, the edge of the trail, you don't want to be walking up here in the dark and not see the edge, because you'd go right off. Very glad I chose to take this hike today. I was backed out. This morning the cloud cover was so much that I thought the views weren't going to be that good. Off in the distance there, you can see, I believe that's the Pieman River. It flows into Lake Rosebery and through the town of Rosebery. Okay, so I've been hiking for a couple hours up the Mount Murchison track. Pretty steep, pretty rocky. Yeah, everything they said it was. Would have been a breeze when I was younger and thinner. But a bit more of a challenge now. Enjoying every moment of it though. Decided to stop at a beautiful spot. I'll show you. Thought this was a great spot to stop. Have a sit down. Just look at that beautiful scenery. Really appreciate where I am. So many people in the world are not able to get to places like this. And someday that may be me as well. But for now, I'm going to enjoy being able to get places like this. I want to get my kayak and explore the river down there. Explore some of the local lakes. And there's what appears to be a railroad track down there. I don't believe is used anymore. That'd be a great spot to take my electric motorcycle, ride around and explore on that. And one day I'll climb to the top of that peak, and the top of that one, then the top of that one, that one, and so forth and so on. Should keep me busy for quite a while. For well over 20 years I grew up exploring the mountains of Colorado. And then for 9 years I was exploring the mountains of Hawaii. For 22 years, I was was exploring the mountains of Victoria, Australia. And now I get to explore the mountains, valleys, rivers, and lakes of Tasmania. So peaceful up here. All I can hear is the wind and the birds. Can't hear cars, can't hear people. Okay, so I've been hiking for a few hours up the Murchison track. Came to another spot that just pretty with these rocks in the foreground and then the hills in the background and the water. Absolutely beautiful. Weather's getting cooler. It's a little bit cloudy, but not bad. But this is a little ways left to go. Should be pretty much at the top. And then I get to take the long trek back down. The other lake that I knew was up on this mountain somewhere. Quite a scramble to get down to it. And with as long as it's taken to get up here, I'm too pooped to try that. So you got that waterway there, and you got that big lake over there. And you got that little bitty lake there. And just up there, okay, still hiking, still seeing some little pools, lots of rock, lots of loose stuff that makes the going a bit treacherous. That's alright, part of the fun. And that is the summit where that metal thing is. So I still got a long uphill push before I get there. But I'll get there. Still getting closer to the summit. Body's feeling a bit tired and worn out. But look at that view. Look at that view. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so I finally reached the summit of Lake Murchison. And we've got some very wet clouds rapidly rolling in. You can see it's looks like it's already raining over there. And down there is the town of Rosebery. All the mining has really made an awful scar on the land. It's just an absolutely disgusting scar on the land. And there's Lake Rosebery and the town of Tullah, a little tiny township. And you've got the Macintosh Dam. And then coming around here, going down to down there, I think that's the Murchison Dam. But the weather's rolling in quick. I think I better get out of here. See you at the bottom. heading back down after summiting Mount Murchison. If you're planning on hiking this track, just be aware that it's very narrow in places with very steep, very long, and very deadly drop-offs on the side. And there's places that if you're bringing kids, you need to be really, really careful. And if you're in your mid-50s and overweight and out of shape like I am, this hike is a bit much. I'm not ashamed to admit that it's knocked me around. And I still got a long way to go to get back down. Legs are exhausted. Looking forward to getting home, kicking the feet up, relaxing. But I tell you what, it was all worth it. Every cramp, every time my body said, no, that's it, and I had to push through, it's all been worth it. I'd like to say I'd do it again in the future, but if I do, I'm definitely going to do a bit of training before I do.